right, it's knowledge time. New information. Such pedal. Such sexy. Such green. Such carbon copy. So the next pedal that I'm going to talk about, that I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive on, is the MXR carbon copy analog delay. This pedal it's really a staple in the guitar pedal world. This is something that everyone has. And Will just bought one. Perfect. Man, with synths, this thing sounds awesome. It sounds awesome with everything. So this is another really simple, extraordinarily useful pedal. The carbon copy, man, that's a nice PNG. Okay. The carbon copy is a very basic delay. It does not have a tap tempo capability, which makes it a little less useful in a modern context, or by modern standards, I should say. The lack of tap tempo can really be a pain, but this thing sounds so good that you can really make it work to your advantage. So there are 3 knobs and 1 button. The 3 knobs are delay, which is the time of the delay, which would have been the tap tempo. No, sorry. Yeah, no, that's it. That is what it is. So the delay is the time parameter. That dictates how big the chunks are that it's taking out, how long the distance is between the repeated sections. You have the mix, which is obviously how much of the delayed sound and how much of your dry sound. You have the regen, which is essentially the feedback knob. It is how long the repeats will last for. And then you have the mod knob, which just adds modulation to the delayed repeated notes. So let's go through, let's just play around with making this pedal make some sound. So I'm going to put the mix at 50%, the delay at 50%, and the regen at 50%. All of them at 12 o'clock. No mod is on, and this is what this pedal sounds like with everything at noon. So as you'll notice, this has a darker, more analog, meaning more warm, more old school sounding delay to it. There are many delays out there that are digital that have this pristine recreation of your sound, which in many people's minds is not necessarily a useful thing as much as an analog sound or a different sound, because it'll jump all over your sound. Since this is EQ'd differently, it's a little more warmer, a little more lo-fi than your actual clean sound. You're going to be stepping on the delay and not actually have the delay step on you. So right now with the delay at noon, this is kind of the time of the delay. And what you'll notice is that as the delays continue on, they start to degrade in quality a little bit and get a little, not only quieter, but a little less hi-fi, a little more lo-fi, which is a pretty cool effect. So let me show you the extreme capabilities of this. Here is the delay with the delay knob all the way maxed out. So like many delay pedals, this kind of highlights one of the many limitations of an analog delay. The delay cannot really be extremely slow. This is where you're at right here. That's the slowest the delay can be. There's not a whole lot of time in between. So you're not going to really get a lot of ability to match tempo on a slow song quarter note for quarter note if you want to, but rarely is that necessary. And so to highlight the other end of the limitation, if there are any, which there probably are not with this, I'm going to take the delay pedal all the way down to the bottom, making it the shortest time in between repetitions. So you can barely hear it. So to actually hear what it sounds like, I will turn the regen all the way up. Oh, I won't do that. I'll turn the regen up. That's cool. All right, I'm going to turn my volume down and turn the regen up so you can hear what the fastest delay sounds like. See, this is part of the analog thing, which is very cool, but also kind of wild. You can get some wild sounds, and that's just the electronics not wanting to cooperate with that extreme of a delay. So I'm going to turn the delay knob down a little bit so that we don't get this weird glitching. So you can hear that it'll repeat for a pretty long time. In fact, listen, right? It has an infinite repetition, which will start to give you that feedback that we're hearing. But it can be really interesting and useful in that way. Now, I want to show you a quick bit about this mod button. So I'm going to put everything back at 12 o'clock, which sounds like this. I'm actually going to turn the mix up a little bit so you can hear the delay better. And I'm going to play a major scale with the mod and then without. Without and then with. We're going to start without the mod knob. And now with the mod knob on. The mod knob serves to kind of alter and warp the delays to give them a little bit different of a sound. So it gives you two different delay sounds. And of course, what you do with the time and the feedback, or in this case, the delay and the regen, that will kind of dictate how the delay behaves. So again, you're not going to get the extremely slow speeds with this guy. You're not going to be extremely accurate with your delay times because there is no tap tempo. But what you're getting is another pedal that is kind of a classic sound and kind of no matter what will sound good. So let's play this in context and show you how it can be used a little bit. So I'm going to go back to playing some kind of like dancey R&B stuff, and we'll see how that sounds. So as you can hear, this will give you a little bit of context. I'm going to play that again. I'm going to start without the delay, and then I'll add it in, and you'll see how much that adds to the context that the song is creating. No delay first. as you can hear, it's a really valuable tool for creating context like any delay. This is a really valuable delay for someone who just wants something overly simplistic that isn't too much work, and that'll kind of sound good on every setting. Now I want to show you something that's actually pretty cool. This is something that you can do to hack the pedal a little bit. I'm turning the delay all the way up in terms of time, so the delay knob is all the way down, the regen knob is almost all the way down, and then the mix knob is all the way up. And check this out. So I keep messing with the delay knob, changing the time between delays, and what you're finding is that I'm actually kind of modulating my sound with the delay. So listen to that again. So you can actually fiddle with the delay pedal to get yourself a little bit more of a, a little bit more of a modulated sound instead of a delay sound. But since it's an analog delay, you can do some cool stuff with the knobs too. So I'm going to put the regen up pretty high, the mix is up very high, and I'm going to change the delay knob after I play a note. See what happens. You can manipulate the speed of the delays in real time with the delay knob and create some pretty crazy sounds. So I'll keep doing it a little bit. Check this out. So even without playing, you can make some pretty wild, crazy sounds like this. Very cool. So that's kind of the most basic ways of using the carbon copy delay. A really wonderful pedal. Analog sounds with analog controls, which give you a little bit more of a warm and universally usable sound. With the mod knob, with the mod button, without the mod button, it's all really pretty sounds. And even though it's less precise and less versatile, it can really give you a lot of ease of use when wanting to use delay. So I would definitely check it out. Definitely give it a try. It could be something that can be a really great starter delay, or it can even be your main delay if you want to use it that way. So yeah, the MXR carbon copy delay. What an absolute legendary pedal.